Hello everyone. My name is Rabindra Narayan and I'm here to talk to you about how you can break barriers, forget about your limitations and achieve the infinity or the impossible. Today I head the world's biggest Punjabi Television Network. But the fact is, I'm not a Punjabi. So how did this happen? Well, it goes way back to my college days. On a leisurely Sunday afternoon, I was strolling in the college garden and I chanced to see my English language professor, who was a Punjabi playwright, doing some play readings. And I approached him and he asked me, would you like to do a role? And I told him, I don't know Punjabi. So he said something in Punjabi, which I'm going to tell you in English. And he said, so what if you think you are a donkey? I'll make you practice so hard that you'll turn into a race horse. That is the first lesson that I learned, and that is the first skill I acquired. How to turn donkeys into race horses. Practice, practice, practice. And that's how you become a master. You may do anything in any field and you think that you don't know this, but if you practice hard, you will one day achieve it. The key is stick to it. The key is to know how to turn your liabilities into your assets. Now, this is the practice that I keep doing every day. In my professional life, I look for people who have the fire to do something and a mind that loves challenges. And then I give them the tools and training to make them race horses. Our head of transmission joined us 20 years ago as an Excel data entry operator. The technical head was my cameraman 2 decades ago. There are many such people with me who rose from the ranks just like me. What were the stages of my mastering these skills? I made a mantra for me very early. Master A to Z of whatever you do. And take up every little menial task that nobody would want to take. I started out my theatre career after that smashing Punjabi play debut by mopping the stage floor, cleaning the auditorium chairs, and then waiting for days, weeks to get one line to speak in a production. Persevere, patience. These virtues are in short supply in today's generation. We want to achieve everything quickly, get an MBA degree, and we want to start off as a department head. Back in my days, it used to be a bit different. You choose a task and then stuck to it. So back to theater. So when I got my first role, it was part of a crowd who would come on stage and leave with the crowd. No dialogues. But I would attend every rehearsal. I would be the first person to reach, clean up the place, then wait and observe and grasp. I would make people rehearse their lines with me by giving them script cues. On the day of the show, one of the main actors didn't turn up, and there was huge panic. I volunteered to do the role since I knew everyone's lines. And thus began my stint as an actor. And I wasn't content just being an actor. I mastered the skill of light design, costumes, makeup, property, basically everything related to theater, A to Z. And all this helped me when the nation was celebrating 50 years of independence in 1997. And I got a chance to create the first ever Punjabi multimedia sound and light show, which premiered at the Red Fort. The practice of knowing A to Z came in very handy when I later became a journalist. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, there were no modern computers to do publishing, layouts. We had to type in our stories on typewriters and give those to the operators who would use huge machines to key in the stories in a newly launched computer, which would print the story on a photosensitive paper, which needed to be developed in a dark room like photographs. The matter would get printed on a paper roll in the size of a single column of the newspaper. And then these galleys will be glazed paper, will be printed on a glazed grid sheet in the size of the newspaper. It will be pasted with a rubber solution. The designer would design with pencil how big the font will be, how big the story will be, or the photograph will be cropped how much on the allocated space. Photos would then physically be crop marked and then processed separately to be resized as per the available space. But what would I do? I would reach early, and then I would do the stories, key in, go to the dark room, print the galleys, print the negative, get it onto a metal sheet, which would be then sent off to the press for printing. It involved so many departments and so many skills, but I tried to do it myself. The entire process was so complicated, but I thought, why shouldn't I learn to do everything? So this is what I would do. I would mark the space, key in the matter, develop this, and then send it for press for printing. And everybody used to say, why do you do this? This is not your job. But I said, if I know the job, let me do it. The result was, no worker was ever able to tell me, sir, this cannot be done. Because they knew, if they said it, then I would go ahead and do it myself, and their jobs will be at stake. Even today, I may head a media company, but I still am an admin on more than 87 Facebook pages. I can still operate cameras, edit shows, write creative scripts for ads and shows, and create the whole show. So remember, know A to Z of everything about the business that you are engaged in. Don't ever think that a particular task belongs to someone else and that person should do it. You must know how it is done, and if need be, do it yourself at the slightest excuse. You will become indispensable to the organization. Another key skill that you must develop is to dream big. My foremost belief has been, if you don't aim for the stars, how will you even reach the roof? A stonemason spends the whole day breaking stones, but an architect designs Taj Mahal. You see a stone, someone else sees the statue of a god in it. A slab of stone is used to build a pavement somewhere, and the same slab of stone is used to shape a beautiful statue which may be installed in a palace. Choose what dream you want to dream, and then pursue it, no matter who says what. If you believe you have the skills and the talent, keep at it. Day after day, keep at it. The result of attempting what others don't think of attempting is that our company, a regional language television company, is perhaps the only Indian company which has a full-fledged studio in Canada and USA. Whereas no big mainline television channel has any production setup of their own in those countries. When the history of Facebook will be written, it will be written in bold letters that PTC Network was the first organization to start a full-fledged 24/7 live streaming channel on Facebook, PTC Dhol TV. It's the only live channel on Facebook. And now we are achieving another distinction. We shall become the first company in the world to be doing daily live telecasts in 360-degree virtual reality when our signals go live from the Golden Temple in Punjab. You wear the headgear on your eyes, and your body will make you feel that you're sitting inside the Golden Temple and listening to the holy Gurbani. In fact, we've been doing virtual reality telecasts since 2016. All our main shows are shot in virtual reality. We believe in one thing. Be the first to attempt what nobody has attempted. Dream a dream that nobody has yet dared to dream. It was in 1998 when Punjab was emerging from terrorism and trying to stand on its feet. There were no films being made, no songs being produced, no serials were being made. It is then that I realized, why not start a channel in Punjabi? There were channels coming up in Tamil, Gujarati, Marathi. So I gave up a cushy editorial job and started out creating a Punjabi TV channel with no bank of software available in that language. People thought I was mad. And those days, since I'd given up my job and burnt out my savings into trying to create the framework of a TV channel, I had practically no money. Believe me, when a call came for a meeting with a financier who was interested in funding our channel, I had to break open my son's piggy bank and put petrol in my car to go for that meeting. Luckily, the man saw potential and we signed the deal. Thus came the first ever Punjabi satellite channel in the world, Punjabi World. And then onwards, we have progressed from one point to the other. We hired producers, directors, and started creating shows, serials, shooting songs, and telecast of Gurbani Kirtan from the Golden Temple. I think it was the first time that a daily telecast started happening from a religious place. So in a nutshell, I chose a dream and decided to pursue it, no matter what my well-wishers said. I mean, all my well-wishers say, do a job, become a teacher, do this. But I said, no, I'll do what I want to do. And remember, if you think you have the skills and talent and you're clear on what you want to do, then don't bother who says what. Stick to it. I stick to it, and I chose to stick to it for 20 years. And from day one, the Punjabi channels that I've had the privilege of heading have been #1 in Punjab. One key element to success in anything is passion. If you're passionate about your work, you'll succeed, you'll excel. Your company will excel. But if you're doing just a job, 9 to 5, lock in, lock out, then you'll be among the rest and will never rise in your career. Remember, the world has been created out of passion. It runs on passion. Your relations run on passion. Nothing works without passion. It is this very passion that made us change the definition of regional. Punjabi television was considered regional media. Till in 2012, we decided that it's time to go global. We set up studios and offices in Canada, UK, USA, and expanded our base. People say Punjabis and Alus are everywhere. So we thought, why can't we be everywhere? We did shows, events, and made so much noise around the world that every Punjabi across the world knew that there is someone called PTC Punjabi. Even now, we are perhaps the only Indian television channel which owns studios in Canada and USA. We dreamt a dream. Anywhere on earth, people should be able to switch on the television and watch Gurbani from the Golden Temple. It's become a reality today. Not just television. We expanded our operation to create a full-fledged Punjabi OTT app, PTC Play. We launched an audio label last year and have so far launched 150 original songs. We are the only company in the world, perhaps, which produces an original 1-hour Punjabi movie every week. Every week. That's right, every week. We now proudly claim that PTC Network owns and produces more than 80% of the world's original Punjabi content. Regional is the new global for us. As I said, dream a dream. Turn your liabilities into assets. Look at challenges and adversities as opportunities. Then turn those situations in your favor. And the world will look at you with awe and respect. Let me conclude by narrating another lesson of life that I learned. I was given an assignment in college for holidays to read the Odyssey by Homer and attempt any 15 questions out of the 20 given. I loved the book. So I answered all 20. And I wrote, choose any 15 that you want to read to my examiner. And when I got the answer sheet back, there was a line written by my professor. Those who do more than what they are asked to do go far in life. The word far had 15 A's written in the word far. I made it my Bible. Always do more than what you are paid to do. Always give more than what you are expected to do. When you go to buy a mobile phone, you're not judging it by its quality to make a phone call. You want to know what more the phone will do. How good is the camera? And blah, 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 whatever else. So hence, we don't just offer television. We have become part of every Punjabi's daily life. We cater to their every need. Their spiritual need, their need for information, entertainment. Plus, we go to them. We take our events to world. We've done shows in Auckland, Chicago, Edmonton, Toronto, Vancouver, everywhere. So guys, every day people are born and they die. Let's do something that changes the world around us. Let's change lives of people. Let's empower the downtrodden and let's become the voice of those who are not heard. Break barriers and encourage others to do the same. Give everyone a dream to dream. Thank you and take care.